8. They are setting up a meeting to discuss your removal of. Archangel Michael says, the people closest to the situation are not as loyal as they pretend to be. Behind closed doors, they are organizing, whispering, and deciding how to remove you from something that was never theirs to begin with. You gave them access, now they want ownership without your presence. This meeting is not casual, it's calculated. It's born from fear, envy, and the sudden realization that your power threatens their comfort. They were never prepared for you to wake up and take your hands off what they depended on. Your access was their shield. Your silence was their safety, now that you've started to pull away. They are scrambling. Comment, they cannot steal what's tied to my spirit. Because what they're discussing in secret has already been seen in heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They are afraid because you are realizing your worth, you are reclaiming your time, your energy, and your space. They cannot manipulate someone who is aware, and now you're aware of everything. They were using what you built. They thrived while you bled in silence. But now, you've started to lock the doors, reclaim the keys. Take back the energy they drained. They are setting up this meeting not to protect what's right, but to protect what they were doing wrong. And you pulling back access exposes the system they secretly built around your generosity. Archangel Michael says, this meeting won't go as they plan, truth will show up uninvited. Type Amen to get blessing 818. There is someone among them who knows this is wrong. Their silence has been heavy. But soon, their guilt will make them speak. They won't be able to sit in that room while your name is used like a problem. They will either stand up for you, or secretly inform you. Either way, heaven will use them to disrupt the plan. What was designed to remove you will become the reason you rise higher. You have been carrying the weight, you've been the source. And now they want to pretend they don't need you, until the moment you walk away and everything falls apart. Comment, I release what's using me but not honoring me. Let the collapse begin. You were never meant to carry that burden forever. Type Amen to get blessing 747. They're afraid of your awakening. Your clarity is dangerous to people who depend on your confusion. The moment you withdrew access, their structures started to shake. That's why they're rushing this meeting. It's fear, not power. They speak in circles, hoping no one notices the silence you left behind. But your absence is louder than their entire conversation. Your withdrawal is their unraveling. You never needed them. But they needed you, and now they can't recreate your value. What you gave can't be replaced, duplicated, or faked. Archangel Michael says, let them talk. What they say behind your back will build the platform for your breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 585. The meeting will begin with fake smiles and false confidence. They will try to sound organized, collected, as if everything is under control. But beneath their voices is panic. Beneath their tone is desperation. They will suggest ideas to shift your role, reassign your influence, and remove your reach. They'll avoid saying your name too directly because even mentioning it makes them feel exposed. They know what they're doing isn't right, it's calculated survival. One of them will say, we should move forward without them. But even as the words leave their mouth, the atmosphere in the room will shift. Something will feel heavy, tense, uneasy. That's your spirit pushing through. Comment: my energy speaks even in rooms I'm not in. Because their meeting will turn chaotic before it ever becomes productive. Type Amen to get blessing 424. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. With contributions of up to $20, someone will try to silence the truth during this meeting. They'll change topics, redirect the blame, twist the narrative to make you seem unreasonable or unstable. But their words will fall flat. The lie won't land. Because too much has already been exposed, your shift has already set something in motion. And even those who once nodded along with them are starting to feel convicted. They thought your exit would weaken you. Instead, it's weakening them. The structure that depended on your silence is crumbling because it was never built on truth, it was built on borrowed grace. Archangel Michael says, they thought they were removing you. But what they're really doing is revealing themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 929. They will try to carry forward with their plan. But interruptions will keep happening, technical issues, misunderstandings, unexpected resistance. Every time they try to finalize your removal, something will stop them. Because heaven is interfering, what was planned to harm you cannot be completed. The spiritual forces around you are active now. And every action taken without divine approval will fail, publicly. They may attempt to disguise this meeting as professional or necessary. But their real motive is control, and you were never meant to be controlled. You are anointed, not assigned by them, but by heaven. Comment: what's mine cannot be removed by their meeting. Your calling is not up for vote. Type Amen to get blessing 474. The one in that meeting who once acted as your friend will remain unusually quiet. They won't support you, but they won't speak against you either. That's their guilt revealing itself. They've benefited from your grace while planning your exit. But soon, someone in that room will ask them, "What do you think?" And in that moment, their face will show everything. They'll hesitate. Their voice will shake. Because they know the room is moving in darkness, and they're a part of it. You don't need them to defend you, their silence is enough. Because when people once close to you say nothing, it tells you everything. Archangel Michael says, their silence will confirm what their loyalty tried to hide. Type Amen to get blessing 383. Soon after the meeting ends, the energy among them will shift. One by one, things will start to go wrong. Unexplained resistance. Delays. Cancellations. Lost favor, because what was built on manipulation cannot be sustained by structure. They'll try to pretend everything is fine. But deep down, they'll know, they made a mistake touching what heaven had covered. Removing you from their system didn't remove your influence. Your absence will echo louder than your presence ever did, and their plan will become the seed of your promotion. Comment: their removal attempt became my redirection. You are walking into elevation, not elimination. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The very next week, something will shift in the open, a voice from outside that circle will speak your name in a space of honor. They'll mention your contributions, your impact, your influence. And it will be loud enough for those who met in secret to hear. They will feel exposed without a single accusation. The energy will speak for you. You never had to defend yourself. Heaven did it for you in front of witnesses. Their plan to erase you is now pointing people to you. You were never supposed to be hidden. You were simply being repositioned. And now, as you stand tall in your silence, they are falling apart in their noise. Comment: their plot promoted me. Because your absence carried weight they didn't expect. Type Amen to get blessing 636. An opportunity will come that makes their meeting irrelevant. A door you didn't ask for will open wide. You'll be called into something bigger, something free from control, secrecy, and drama. This offer won't need meetings to vote on your value. It won't require debates about your worth. It will come stamped with divine timing and spiritual endorsement. You'll feel peace the moment it arrives. The people who sat around discussing how to remove you will now be watching you rise in a place they can't access. The table they built to exclude you just made space for your testimony. Archangel Michael says, the spotlight they tried to shut off is now shining brighter than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 212. You'll hear about the confusion rising in their system. Projects failing. Energy dropping, communication breaking. Because when truth exits a space, dysfunction fills the gap. People will start questioning leadership. Asking hard questions. Searching for the value that disappeared when they tried to push you out, and none of them will admit it out loud, but they'll know it started the moment they targeted you. You were the alignment in that system. You were the covering. And your quiet removal has created a loud collapse. Comment: I was the peace they didn't appreciate. Now they are tasting the silence they thought would protect them. Type Amen to get blessing 484. Soon, one person from that meeting will reach out to you. Their message may be subtle, but the timing will be clear. They will want to catch up or reconnect, but what they really want is clarity for themselves. They're beginning to see the cracks. They're sensing the shift. And they're realizing the room they sat in is now cursed by dishonor. They want to know how you're doing, not out of care, but out of conviction. You don't owe them answers. But if you speak, speak with grace. Because your peace is now proof of your power. Archangel Michael says, this message is reaching their spirit even before your reply. Type Amen to get blessing 969. Now you stand in a new atmosphere. No longer defending your value. No longer begging to be understood. The ones who planned your removal are left trying to make sense of their own fallout. And you're walking into favor untouched by their opinion. Resources you didn't expect. Access you didn't request. Respect you didn't demand. Everything they feared about you is now unfolding right in front of them, because the only thing more powerful than your presence was their attempt to remove it. Comment: I rise without revenge. Because you were never meant to fight them, you were meant to outgrow them. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You will begin to feel a divine shield forming around your name. Every attempt to speak against you will start to collapse before it spreads. Words meant to damage your image will backfire. What was once a whisper campaign against you will turn into a silent war they lose before it even begins. Those who joined the meeting against you will start experiencing strange resistance. Projects will stall. Plans will fail. Some won't understand why, but the spiritual consequence of dishonoring the chosen is now active. They didn't just plot against you, they disrupted divine alignment. Their actions triggered a reversal. You don't have to confront anyone, you don't have to explain your absence. The silence you now carry is louder than their entire conversation. It echoes with power. It speaks of a favor they can't replicate. Comment: I carry protected silence, let them deal with what they've created, your hands are clean. Type Amen to get blessing 414. The same space they try to remove you from will soon need you again. But this time, you won't be available. You'll be too elevated, too anointed, too aligned with your next assignment. They will look for someone to replace your value, but no one will match your presence. You were not just filling a seat. You were the root, the stabilizer, the unseen force that kept their environment intact. And once your access was gone, the imbalance started. Because they thought they could copy your presence. But favor is not duplicated, it is divinely distributed. Archangel Michael says, you were their covering, and now their roof is leaking. Type Amen to get blessing 303. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. With contributions of up to $20, you'll be invited to new tables now. Ones where your name is not discussed behind closed doors, but honored in the open. Where your gifts are welcomed, not drained, where your spirit is recognized without being used. These tables were always meant for you. But heaven had to remove the counterfeit ones first. The ones that clapped while they planned. The ones that smiled while they schemed. Now, every table you walk into will feel different. You'll sense peace, safety, spiritual ease. Because these are the tables where your soul isn't a threat, it's a blessing. Comment: my seat was never with those who feared my light. You are sitting in the right places now. Type Amen to get blessing 505. This experience will become part of your elevation story. A chapter in your testimony. One day, you'll speak about this moment, and others will see themselves in your words. They will be in rooms they don't trust. Surrounded by energy that feels heavy. Confused about why things are shifting. And your voice will confirm what their spirit already knows. They're planning your removal because you're too powerful to manipulate, and that's when they will walk out boldly. Just like you did. And the cycle of silent suppression will break generation after generation. Archangel Michael says, your courage became someone else's confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 858. This isn't just your story. It's a divine strategy. Heaven allowed the exposure. Heaven timed the collapse. And heaven has now positioned you so far beyond their reach, they can't even see what you're walking into next. They gathered in secret to block your steps, but now they're watching you rise publicly. Not one meeting. Not one whisper. Not one lie could stop the wave of favor that's now carrying you forward. They lost more than your presence, they lost the covering they never knew they needed, and you gained more than clarity, you gained confirmation of who you really are. Comment: I am not removable. I am undeniable. And heaven will keep proving it. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Now you will begin to see restoration in ways that feel almost unreal. Everything they try to take away from you will begin returning multiplied. Not through their hands, but through unexpected blessings, divine connections, and irreversible favor. You'll receive messages, calls, and opportunities that seem to come from nowhere. But they are heaven-sent rewards for surviving the season you weren't supposed to escape from. The same spiritual realm that watched them plot is now moving on your behalf with urgency. Things will align quickly now. Doors that were once locked will open wide. Delays will dissolve. Blockages will clear, because you are no longer tethered to the energy that wanted you quiet, small, and controlled. Comment restoration is overtaking me. You didn't just survive their meeting, you inherited their release. Type Amen to get blessing February 1972. You will cross paths with someone from that meeting again. They won't know how to look you in the eye. Their energy will be low, their confidence gone. Because your elevation will speak louder than any apology they could offer. You won't need revenge. You won't need explanations. Your peace will carry more authority than their entire plan ever did. Their shame will sit heavy, but your crown will sit higher. They may try to pretend the past never happened. But your presence will remind them that you are not who they used to manipulate. You are unshakable now, Archangel Michael says. When heaven clears your name, no earthly meeting can stain it. Type Amen to get blessing 111. What's ahead of you is too sacred to be shared with those who plotted behind your back. You are stepping into rooms where the conversation is about building, not removing. Supporting, not sabotaging. Celebrating, not silencing. You are not being invited as a replacement. You are being revealed as the original. The one with vision. The one with power, the one they feared because they could never duplicate. Your name will now be handled differently. Spoken with weight. Surrounded with honor. You are no longer in spaces where your worth is questioned. You are seated where your worth is recognized. Comment, this is my divine placement. And it will not be taken from you again. Type Amen to get blessing 696. People who once stayed silent while you were being targeted will now reach out in private. They will tell you they didn't know what to do or felt uncomfortable speaking up. But deep down, they knew. And now, they're facing their own awakening. You don't need their validation. But their discomfort is a sign that truth is shaking the system. The ripple from your courage is being felt across every level. You've disrupted a culture of quiet betrayal. Your story is now fuel for others. It's proof that no matter how deep the plot, purpose always prevails. Archangel Michael says, your strength exposed their fear, and your rise is silencing their lies. Type Amen to get blessing 848. You'll come to a point where you don't even feel anger toward them anymore. Only clarity. Because now you see the meeting wasn't about you. It was about what you carry. You are a threat to control, not because you're loud, but because your truth is unshakable. They tried to remove your voice, but all they did was amplify your value. You are walking proof that favor cannot be voted out. And as your next chapter unfolds, they will watch without access. They will witness without involvement. And heaven will continue preparing a table before them, not to shame you, but to honor you. Comment: I rise above noise, positioned by truth. You are not just protected. You are promoted. Type Amen to get blessing 363. Now comes the divine silence that surrounds those who have outgrown their enemies. You won't need to speak on the situation again. The truth has already spoken. The results are already being seen. The peace that now covers you is not ordinary. It's earned, it's spiritual, and it cannot be stolen. Their names won't carry weight in your next chapter. You'll forget the details of the meeting not because it didn't matter, but because it no longer has power. The memory of what they tried will fade as the manifestation of what you're walking into becomes greater. They'll hear about your growth from others, they'll see your face in places they never thought you'd reach. And though they'll never say it, they will finally understand they couldn't remove what heaven anointed. Comment: I am rising with heaven's silence. Let your results speak what their voices never could. Type Amen to get blessing 414. Soon you will see everything align with divine precision. People who are supposed to help you will appear without delay. Resources will come without struggle. Instructions will come with clarity. You've entered the reward for surviving false removal. You are no longer walking into rooms to prove yourself. You're walking in as the answer. The missing piece. The one they prayed for but couldn't find, because you were hidden for a season to protect your truth. Now that protection has turned into promotion, and everywhere you step, honor will follow. Every time you speak, impact will echo. Every decision you make will unlock something new. Archangel Michael says, the time of delay is over. What was withheld is now rushing toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Don't be surprised when they try to come back, not out of love, but out of desperation. Some will try to say they always believed in you. Others will try to reattach themselves to your journey now that they see your growth. But your spirit will recognize the difference between real and familiar, between divine and familiar, between support and leeching. You don't owe access to anyone who once used your light to hide their darkness. This time, your boundaries will be solid. Your no will be sacred, your circle will be secure. Comment: my access is now guarded by God. You are no longer accessible to those who mishandled your name. Type Amen to get blessing 606. You'll look around one day soon and realize, you didn't just survive the attack, you outgrew it. You outgrew their room, their titles, their structure. You've been expanded spiritually and mentally. Nothing they could offer now would be enough to hold you back. Your peace is deeper. Your power is stronger, your calling is louder. And all of it came not in spite of the meeting, but because of it. Their plot became the gate to your glory. Archangel Michael says, you were never removed, you were released. Not from purpose, but into it. Type Amen to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. With contributions of up to $20, you've now reached the part of the journey where God Himself begins to announce you. Without hashtags. Without clicks. Without noise, just undeniable favor that no room can contain. Your life will begin to feel like prophecy in motion. Not rushed. Not forced. Just right, and the ones who try to block your voice will now have to witness your rise from a distance they can't close. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Let them sit in the discomfort of watching you become everything they feared you would be. Because what they meant for harm, heaven used as a stage. Comment: they tried to cancel me, but God crowned me. Your next level has already begun. Type Amen to get blessing 888.